think about people who have relationships with money, right, from the past. All beliefs are based on past experiences. So you have an experience where you lose money, you have an experience where money's taken away from you, you have an experience where you don't have enough, you're living in a place where there's not enough money, or a family that's not enough money. Then the emotion that most people are living by on a moment-to-moment basis is lack. Like, I'm in lack of having something that I want, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, because the experience changes your emotional state. You freeze the frame, you take a picture. The problem is, that's hardware. So we think neurologically within the circuits of that past experience, yes, and we feel chemically within the boundaries of that emotion, which would say, for example, be lack, right? So now the person says...
Before you go on to the next thing, what happens to the body and the mind when it is in an environment of lack? Mentally or physically, I'm in lack. What is the body and the mind saying?
Yes, so the body is saying, I'm waiting for some external event to occur. I win the lottery. Mm-hmm. I marry the right guy. Whatever it is, that you're waiting for that event to occur. That experience produces an emotion. So the emotion then takes away the lack. And so when we play the game in three-dimensional reality, the creation game in three-dimensional reality, we experience separation from everyone and everything, because our senses fool us into the illusion, the hallucination of separation. I'm here and you're there. Mm-hmm. I'm here and the door is over there. So I'm aware that I'm here at one point of consciousness, and the door is over there, another point of consciousness. Okay, so in order for me to get from here to the door, I got to move my body and do something through space. I got to do something, and everything in this three-dimensional reality is going to take time and energy, right? So, okay, so then here's Lewis right here, mm-hmm, and then he says, okay, I want this experience in my future, and your brain automatically predicts and projects how far in the future you think it's going to take.
Maybe it's a year, 5 years, 10 years.
30 years.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Because that's what it's going to take to pay off that house, right?
Did you know that whenever you say, I'll do it later, or I'll change tomorrow, you're actually holding yourself back? Because in reality, there's no guarantee of tomorrow. All we have is this moment, right now. Whatever you think of as tomorrow will eventually become now, the present. You'll never find yourself in any other time but now. So, if you keep putting off doing something or changing yourself, thinking you'll do it later, you might never actually do it. You're just procrastinating because you lack discipline. Only you can make the change happen. Remember that. You have to take action. Change won't magically happen just by watching a video. However, such a video can be a helpful first step towards lasting change. Don't wait for tomorrow, because when it comes, it'll be now, just like this moment. Essentially, you could say that now is tomorrow. Think of your mind like a powerful radio tower and the universe like a giant receiver. Everything in the universe, including your thoughts and desires, is connected through energy and vibrations. When you write down your goals or dreams, you're sending a clear message to the universe about what you want in your life. Writing down my desires makes me be specific and clear about what I truly want. It turns my vague ideas into concrete objectives, like drawing a map for my dreams. Putting my goals on paper helps me stay focused and reminds me of what's important. It keeps my goals in my mind, making it less likely for me to get distracted. Writing also leads to visualization. As I describe my goals, I naturally start to picture myself achieving them. Visualization is a powerful tool that activates my subconscious mind and makes my dreams feel more attainable. Everything in the universe is linked together through energy and vibrations. When you write down what you want, you're basically sending a vibe out to the universe. This vibe lines up your energy with your desires, making it more likely for similar energies and opportunities to come your way. Sometimes I catch myself thinking, it's too tough, I'll start tomorrow, or this doesn't feel right. But it's important to realize that how I think, act, and feel shape my personality, which is closely connected to my life. So, if I want to change my life, I've got to start by changing my personality. To do that, I need to become aware of my hidden thoughts. I need to jot them down, treating them like Gandalf on the bridge saying, "You shall not pass." When I'm conscious of these thoughts, I can control them. Only a few people bother to write down their goals or intentions. Surprisingly, those who do are 80% more likely to achieve them. Writing things down tells my brain that I'm serious and heading in a certain direction. It's not just a wish, it's a promise. I need to remember that my intentions should stick around, backed by strong feelings. These feelings give power to my desires. For example, if I want health, it might be because I crave energy or a better look. If it's wealth, maybe it's for the freedom it brings. Defining intentions and tying them to strong feelings gives me a taste of what my future could feel like, right? Now the next step is to plan actions and tackle my days, one at a time. When I break down old ways of thinking and replace them with positive statements like, "I'm smart and can do anything," or "good things come my way," I kick off a change in my brain. We can see this change in brain scans where big parts sync up and connect, making everything work smoothly. When my brain works smoothly, I do too. This smoothness brings a feeling of being whole, and suddenly, things start to shift. I get sudden realizations and learn things that go beyond what I can see or hear. The nervous system acts like a superconductor for my thoughts. To keep this going, I've got to write down how I feel when I reach my goals. I have to really feel those emotions because when I feel grateful, worthy, abundant, or strong, that's when I start my journey to success. Writing about the future with emotions connects me to something invisible, the quantum field, where energy and vibes rule everything. When I stop paying attention to my body, feelings, habits, and what's around me, I get into a state that's beyond just me. This moving away from the usual world brings big changes in how my brain works. It's like stepping outside myself and tapping into a world of endless possibilities. In that place of not knowing what's next, I find a powerful ability to turn chaos into balance and thankfulness. Even when there's craziness around me, I learned to bridge the gap between who I was and who I want to be, filling it with knowledge and smarts. Basically, I realized that changing how I feel means changing my life. Instead of getting bogged down by what's happening around me, I focus on keeping my inner self in a good place. When I'm in this good place, I see things clearly, and I'm less likely to slip back into old ways. Our journey starts when we know exactly where we're headed, letting a fresh burst of energy push us forward. This energy is like a magic flame, turning ordinary stuff into something precious, even if it stirs things up a bit. It's like our insides are boiling with energy, asking our nerves to adapt. It seems like our main job in life is to let go of stuff. Old habits, feelings, and masks that block our inner awesomeness. Every morning, before diving back into the regular world, I take a moment. I imagine the future I want, feeling all those good vibes before they even happen. This routine boosts me into a better version of myself, lining up what I want with how I feel. First off, I figure out what I really want in life, painting a clear picture of my dream future in all parts of my life, like family, job, and relationships. Then, I think about how I'll feel when those dreams come true, happy, excited, bursting with energy. Our feelings often come from past experiences. If we feel the same things over and over, it means we're stuck in the past. By the time we're 35, our body's mostly running on habits, feelings, and thoughts we've had for years, mostly on autopilot. My job is to notice these automatic thoughts and actions, especially the feelings running my day. By letting go of those heavy feelings, I unleash my hidden potential. My heart sends out a strong magnetic field that reaches far. To make it even stronger, I keep feeling those good vibes. These feelings, like ripples in water, carry energy and vibes, affecting everything around me with my thoughts and wishes. But lots of folks fear change, sticking with guilt because it's familiar instead of diving into something new. To make a new reality, I have to practice thinking about the future I want. The choice is simple. Will I be guided by my dreams, or will I keep holding on to the past? My thoughts shape my brain, while my feelings shape my body, making up who I am. For many, their usual feeling reflects their past. But I know that to make an awesome future happen, I have to notice my hidden thoughts and stay awake, fueled by energy. Think of your thoughts like a radio station. Tune into the channel of positivity. Focus on the good things you have and everything that's going right in your life. You see, the universe follows the beat of that kind of music. Now, imagine your old beliefs as masks you've been wearing for too long. Maybe it's the "I'm not good enough" mask or the "money is hard to come by" mask. It's time to take off those masks and show your true self. Close your eyes and let yourself step into the dance of your dreams. Feel the happiness, the excitement, and the deep satisfaction as if it's happening right now. Here's the wonderful secret. The universe can't tell the difference between your imagination and reality. Let the emotions of your dream dance and fill your heart. The more you dive into these feelings, the stronger the message you send to the universe that you're ready for a dance of abundance. So, embrace this moment of change. Shed those old masks and dance into your dreams with your heart wide open. The universe is ready to dance with you on the floor of abundance, and together, you'll create a melody of fulfillment and joy that echoes through your life. To change, I need to get to know these unconscious thoughts, and as I do, I realize that a clear intention, a coherent thought, a harmonious brainwave pattern, and a positive emotion all work together. Thoughts are like electricity, feelings are like magnets, and this magnetic heart center carries my intention, sending out a new energy signal into the world. Each time this signal comes back to me, my life changes. The job I want comes to me, the house I dream of appears, and meaningful relationships come closer to my improved self. I become like a whirlpool pulling these experiences towards me. Do you ever try to remember something from long ago but feel unsure if it really happened? Lots of people deal with this. It's because our memories can get mixed up by different things, like suggestions or wrong information. Sometimes, our brains can trick us by making up memories that never actually occurred. For instance, in one study, people were shown a fake picture of themselves as kids in a hot air balloon. After a while, some of them started to believe they had actually been in that balloon, even though it never happened. Their brains made up a story around the fake photo, and the made-up memory felt just as real ones. This shows how our minds can fill in the blanks in our memories with believable but made-up details, making us believe things that never really took place. Our brains are super complicated, and they sometimes do interesting tricks that make us see and understand things in ways that might not be totally true. Can we use these tricks to our advantage? Definitely. When we wake up, our bodies start a sequence of events triggered by light. Chemicals like serotonin gently wake us up, and our brain waves change from slow to fast, gradually making us fully awake. When we go to sleep at night, the opposite happens. Our brain waves slow down and we relax into sleep. But for many people, stress and busy thoughts keep their brains in a fast state even when they're trying to sleep. Their minds keep racing, keeping them awake and their subconscious locked away. But let me tell you where the real magic happens. In the morning, when we're in the alpha or theta state, our thinking slows down and something amazing occurs. The door between our conscious and subconscious mind swings open. The only thing in the way is our busy, thinking mind. As we calm it down, we gain the power to teach ourselves new habits, new ways of thinking, and new ways of living. Think about how most people start their day nowadays. An astonishing 86% of folks grab their phones right away, diving into a digital world filled with stuff they already know. This brings up a question, not because I want to control what people do, but because I want to spark some thinking. These gadgets remind us of things we're already familiar with, which activates certain parts of our brains connected to people, stuff, places, and feelings. When we react instantly to what's around us, it's like our surroundings are pulling the strings of our thoughts and feelings. We end up being controlled without even realizing it. Something is quietly teaching us how to think and feel. It's not necessarily bad, but it's worth asking, can we start our day in a better way? Instead of reaching for the phone right away, why not use that special time when our minds are open to teach ourselves positive new habits? Why not practice being kinder to our loved ones, handling work situations better, or dealing with everyday problems more effectively? Is there a way we can grow from our experiences? If we're serious about getting better every day, we should see each morning as a chance to learn and improve. Can we react differently to people and situations? Can we pay attention to our automatic thoughts and avoid falling into old habits? Can we keep a positive attitude and become active players in our own lives? This transformation doesn't start when we look at our phone screens. It begins the moment we wake up, often with our minds stuck on past problems. These problems are like memories carved into our brains, tied to specific people, things, times, and places. When we dwell on them, we're stuck living in the past. So if you're stuck only thinking about how you feel and believe your thoughts shape your future, dwelling on past problems will keep you stuck in the past. Your thoughts are like your brain's language, and your feelings are like your body's language. How you think and feel determines how you are. So, if you can't move past your current emotions, if you're letting outside things control how you feel and think, then you've become a victim without realizing it. Your life will keep going in circles because your thoughts and feelings stay the same. Basically, being a victim of outside stuff means you're letting those things decide how you feel and think, keeping you stuck in the same place. It's like a never-ending cycle, and the way to break free is to change how you see things. The idea here is that if we change how we think and feel, we can make changes in our lives that show we're in charge of our own futures, not just stuck dealing with whatever happens. To do this, we have to rise above the limits set by outside events and react differently to them. When this happens, we start seeing results that seem like luck, but are actually because of the choices we've made. Each person's brain is like a map of everything they've experienced and learned in their life, both mentally and emotionally. These memories and emotions affect how we react to people, situations, and places. For many people, this makes them feel helpless because it seems like outside things control their lives. Our goal is to challenge this by changing how we think, act, and feel. This means facing life's ups and downs with more awareness and not letting outside things control us. Instead, we take time to think about how we want to react to life's challenges. This is basically what meditation is about. Meditation isn't just about focusing on how we want to think, act, and feel. It's also about recognizing what we don't want to think, act, and feel. Surprisingly, about 95% of what we do every day is controlled by habits we're not even aware of, making it easier to go back to our old ways than to keep changing. But changing this can help us shape the outcomes we experience, which is the exciting part of taking control of our lives. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. Taking time to think deeply, ask big questions, and look inside without distractions can change you in big ways. Thinking deeply actually changes your brain, making new connections. Personally, I've always been really curious. wanting to understand the big mysteries of life and spirituality. I never planned to go on this journey, but life surprised me. I believe in making things up as we go, taking chances, and learning from them. I was living to get approval from others, and it made me feel disconnected from myself. During meditation, I got a clear message: stop doing the same things and take a break. I didn't fully understand it then, but I knew it was time for a change. I had become someone I didn't recognize, trying to be who others wanted me to be. Feeling this way inside pushed me to grow and make different choices. My main rule has always been to live out what I teach. If I can't truly live by these principles, then I shouldn't be teaching them to others. So, I decided to make my life match up with who I really am and what I believe in. For me, this meant stepping back from the life I knew. People around me talked about how much money I could make, but I realized that money wasn't what drove me. I cared more about feeling happy inside and staying true to myself. So, I made a big choice to take a break for 6 months. During that time, I decided that if I came back into the world, it would be on my own terms. I promised myself not to fall into the same traps I had before. My goal was clear: to live out the principles I cared about and inspire others. The main message I've always talked about is change, and I've chosen meditation as the way to help make that happen. The aim is for people to really get to know their old selves so well that they can break free from old habits and make new identities for themselves. But it's way easier to forget this goal and go back to how things used to be than it is to stick with change. However, if we keep reminding ourselves, we can train ourselves to always remember and live out this new way of thinking. Think about it. Every day when we wake up, the people we see, the situations we're in, and the technology we use all affect how we think and feel. Our surroundings usually shape our thoughts and feelings because our brains have built connections for every person, thing, or situation we've come across. So, our environment has a big influence on us. To break this cycle, we have to get away from the hold our old memories and emotions have on us, tying us to old habits. Change can feel strange because when we make different choices, we're stepping into unknown territory, away from what we're used to. Our bodies, used to the old ways, try to pull us back to what we know. That's why change can be scary for a lot of people. Meditation helps us get to know both our old and new selves better. The goal is to get to a point where we don't forget, but instead, we remember the moment we decided to change. With the right tools and regular practice, people can really enjoy this journey of transformation. Without a clear idea of what we want for the future, we end up being controlled by memories of the past, stuck in a loop of doing the same things over and over again. Our surroundings shape how we think and feel, keeping us stuck in our old ways. That's why it's so important to break free from this cycle, go beyond what we know, and take charge of our own futures. Our environment includes things, places, people, and our own bodies. It's all very material, isn't it? But here's something interesting. When we're excited or stressed, we tend to focus more on what's happening outside of us and less on our inner thoughts and feelings. This heightened state makes our bodies release chemicals as we try hard to get rid of any feelings of threat or stress. And time becomes really important in this state. Here's what happens. Your body grabs your attention, your surroundings grab your attention, and time grabs your attention too. But here's something really important. True change happens when you go beyond your body, beyond what's around you, and beyond time itself. Let's think about this. When people feel like they're just trying to survive, they're not really in a mindset where they can create things, learn, think deeply, or meditate. Survival instincts are deep inside us, telling us to stay safe from danger. It's a time when we're not really open-hearted, when we don't connect with others deeply, and sometimes we're not even in the mood to eat. People often find themselves stuck in this cycle of waiting. They wait for things outside of them to change so they can feel better. Things like fear, anxiety, frustration, impatience, and more. These feelings stick with them every day, and even though they're uncomfortable, they hold on to them because they're familiar, and familiarity feels safe. In survival mode, the unknown feels scary, so people avoid it. Now, let's switch gears to a different way of looking at things, the world of quantum physics. In this world, an atom, the tiny building block of everything, is mostly made of nothingness, or energy if you prefer. Yes, that's right. Deep down, we're made of energy. This isn't just a guess. It's been proven by science that over 99% of an atom is pure energy. And what does energy carry? Information. So, think about this. The world we see as solid and real is actually made up of energy and information, and we can only see less than 1% of what's really there. The quantum field, this huge space of energy and frequency, exists beyond what we can sense. It's real, whether we know it or not. Now let me ask you, how much of your day do you spend thinking about physical stuff, about what you can see and touch? And how much time do you spend thinking about energy, frequency, and the hidden info inside it? I want to leave you with a hopeful message. Our world is full of possibilities, and we're not stuck with how things have always been or what's around us. We can go beyond what's normal and reach for something amazing. When we shift our focus from what we can see to what's inside us, from what's outside to what's inside, and from just trying to survive to making something new, we open up a world of chances we might never have thought possible. We can make our dreams come true faster, and we can be the ones in charge of our lives. It's a journey of discovering ourselves, mastering ourselves, and changing in big ways. By using the power of the quantum field and our thoughts, feelings, and intentions, we can change our reality and make a life that's exactly what we want it to be. You have the power to create your own life, and the possibilities are endless. Believe in this, and watch as your life turns into something beautiful and unexpected. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Hit the subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And if you found this video helpful or inspiring, please share it with your friends and family. Also, be sure to check out our other similar videos. You'll find more valuable content to your left and right. Just click on the thumbnails to explore more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.